beautiful land development that we're gonna do. 30 units. We're gonna go 30 units all the way up. Ground level parkade, 3-level walk up. It's incredible. I love seeing something come to life. This is my first build on my own, right? So I've bought brand new apartment buildings from builders, and I got really comfortable with that. My partners involved here basically brought this to the table, and I said, okay, let's move forward, right? Because this is definitely a part of real estate that I wanted to be involved with, and I wanted to be involved with a deal like this at the 30 unit level or more. 30 units, this is my style, you know? If there's no inventory, sometimes you gotta create it.
Purpose powerful enough will make you unstoppable.
Welcome back to the Canadian Real Estate Channel. I am the godfather of real estate, and we are here on site. Beautiful land development that we're gonna do. 30 units. We're gonna go 30 units all the way up. Ground level parkade, 3-level walk up. It's incredible. I love seeing something come to life. If you look at the property here, we got the lot in the front, the lot in the back. Now, if you want to do land development, it's a little tricky. You have to be extremely patient. You got to learn how to work with the city. When we design, and I have partners on this, and essentially they found the property. They were patient enough 3 years ago to go to the city, assemble do the land assembly that we needed, the rezoning and everything that we needed to do. And the first set of plans was the 30 unit building with the parkade. Now, the code says that you need to have a parking spot for every unit. So 30 parking spots. Now, there just wasn't enough room for 30 parking spots. So what we did was we had an elevator lift. Have you ever seen those? Like, you park your car and it lifts the elevator. Beautiful, sexy, but massively expensive. And so the numbers just weren't working. And so, you know, we went back to the city and we said, like, look, you know what? We're in a high density area and we can make the project work, but we need 18 spots. And so we were able to get rid of those other parking spots and just do 18 spots. So 30 units, 18 spots, and the city was okay with it. We're fully approved. I want to walk here through show you a little bit of the property, and so you can see the house we're going to tear down, and we're going to start on this side, go all the way to the back. And you have to be patient, right? Land development is not for everyone. Some people get it to a point where it's ready and then they sell it to a builder. I'm not a builder, but there's a builder involved. There's someone with experience involved. And so at the end of the day, these deals can work if you're patient, if you have the right team, and everybody has to work together. 30 units. This is my style, you know? If there's no inventory, sometimes you gotta create it, right? And this is in a high density area, and I think we're about 10 million all in to build. By the time we're done, we'll be at 14.5 after construction value. So it's gonna be a really incredible deal.
Awesome. So I have a couple questions here, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So we're obviously like kind of near a park and stuff here. Is there any kind of issues when you're working with the city on that? Like, how does that work out?
Well, there's obviously the city is looking for high density, right? And so you want to make sure that, well, the park is not even an issue because I think, from my understanding, that park belongs to that city, to that building. Right, it's not I don't think it is a city park actually. I'm not sure if it's a city park. No, but there was no issue on that. There was no issue on that. What they want is parking spots, but also what the city needs to understand is, like, you know, as the city grows, people are gonna use transit. And so because we are close to a transit, they allowed us not, you know, they weren't too you know, harsh on the parking. But code says that, yeah, every unit needs to have a parking spot. But, you know, if you go and you plead your case, which we did, I'll have to say my partners did, but we got away with the 18 parking spots.
And we've done a couple videos now where you're buying buildings right off the builder. Like,
yes.
Is that the same situation?
No.
So
this is now, we're involved with the builder to build it, develop it, and build it, and this is more we're involved on the production side of things, right? So we are building together. This is it's a different game, right? Because when you buy from the builder directly, you know what you're gonna get. In this case, you know, this is gonna be about 24 months to build. In 24 months, materials can change, price, interest rates will go up, and so you just have to be prepared for all, you know, all different types of circumstances that things that I might not even think about right now, you know what I mean? During that build, 24 months it's a long time. Now, when I buy from a builder directly, I know my price, and I know that that's the price, right? You can't change the price, no matter if materials go up in price or interest rates go up, or it doesn't really matter. That's my price. And so this is another game. You know, you're developing, especially 30-unit apartment building. What I like is that, okay, we've projected our rents. We know in the next 24 months, rents will go up because we are living through inflationary times. And so by the time we get to the finish line, the value of the property may be more than the 14.5 million, maybe 15 or 16 million, right? So it's a bit of an unknown, but also it's exciting for me because, and I've said it in previous videos, I used to look at developments. I used to drive by developments when I started in real estate 23 years ago, and I used to say to myself, one day I'll build the building, or one day we're going to develop a building. And so here, 30-unit apartment building, that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. I will be building 100-unit apartment buildings, and you guys are going to be able to follow us on this journey. So make sure to subscribe.
So what are some other things you're having to consider versus just buying off a builder? So I saw like a well out there. Did you, like, are you guys? No, we're
plugged into the services, right? This is a city, so there's services, so everything is plugged into all the services.
You have to do any soil testing or anything?
Oh yeah, for sure. You have to have an environmental in place.
What's that kind of process like? So you bought the land and the lot as well as the house. So if you don't mind quickly just kind of going over the process, like,
yeah.
Is the environmental first, or are you figuring out, because like you got to tear down this building? What's involved with that?
So obviously you want to make sure that the land is not contaminated. You're going to do a phase 1 environmental. You're going to do an appraisal. So the appraisal is land value and after construction value, right? So the appraiser is going to say, okay, you're going to build this, and obviously you're going to have your renderings from an architect. where you're going to figure out, they're going to figure out, okay, this is what the property is going to look like. Then you get a site plan approval. Then you get an appraisal of what the value of the property once it's completed, based on the income that you're going to be able to achieve once that property is completed. Then you take that to CMHC, you get a construction loan, and then you get your construction loan, you start, right? And obviously we have people on the team that are going to oversee that. That's not my department, right? My department is attracting the investors, working with the investors, making sure that everybody's happy, making sure there's communication. That's what our office does, communicates back and forth with the investors to make sure that everybody has signed all the proper agreements. I mean, this is a big deal, right? And we have investors involved, and you want to make sure that everybody's following what and doing what they're supposed to be doing. And if there's questions, a lot of our investors have questions, and we want to make sure that we can communicate that. So everyone has a role to play. We have someone that is focused specifically on the building, the architect, the design and the look of the building. My side is more on the investment and communication side of things.
So a lot of factors involved, a lot of things that could go wrong, but as long as you're doing proper due diligence, you got a great power team, everything should be good. So
the team,
with this, is this your first build on your own?
This is my first build on my own, right? So in the past, I've bought, and we've seen multiple videos where I've bought brand new apartment buildings from builders, and I got really comfortable with that. My partners involved here basically brought this to the table, and I said, okay, let's move forward, right? Because this is definitely a part of real estate that I wanted to be involved with, and I wanted to be involved with a deal like this at the 30 unit level or more. And so it was a perfect deal. It's taken time, so you have to have patience. And within that time, people, the circumstances change, and so you have to be ready to adjust, pivot, and as things are changing, maybe investors, they're like, they say, oh well, maybe like last year this was a perfect deal for me, but now like I'm not sure. So you got to be ready for all that, all these things that are you think that you take for granted. In terms of buying an existing property, it's completely different than land development. At the end of the day, like, land development is going to be a strategy a lot of our investors are going to be participating in. Why? Simple supply and demand. There is just not enough supply for the demand. What's the truth? There's 450,000 new immigrants come into Canada every single year for the next 25 years, not to include the 850,000 Ukrainian refugees that are coming to Canada as well. Where are all these people going to live, right? Where are all these people going to live? So cities are looking to create density. They're looking to build, and they can't build. They're not builders. They're not investors, and it's up to us as investors to look at opportunities, to look at little houses like that, and say to ourselves, like, what can we build on that lot to create the best use? What's the best use for that lot, for that property? And so this is my first land development in terms of being involved on the building side. But whether I'm buying directly from builders or I'm involved in the land development side of things, I think it's something that all investors at least should look into, specifically now.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alfonso, for this great breakdown on land development. Hopefully we'll have the opportunity to come back when it's all completed, or even during development.
Yes.
If someone wants to stay up to date and see this,
come back here. Listen, if you want to be up to date with the latest and greatest of real estate investing, come back here to the Canadian Real Estate Channel. We are here. I'm going to be bringing value to you guys like you won't believe. I'll be sharing exactly the second we tear this down, you'll see it. The second we put a shovel in the ground, you'll see it. And so come back here, guys. Subscribe, hit the bell to get notified the next time we're doing a video. Alfonso loves you, and we'll see you at the top.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment down below, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified the next time we're doing a video. And guess what? Like, share, dislike, I don't care! Let me see how that looks.